Hello and welcome to Grap YouTube channel. Another update video about Solana has reached the micro support zone that I communicated in yesterday's update. I think in yesterday's video we already saw the onset of this pullback there. Honestly, we're only talking about microstructures these days because price action is very boring. I mean, depends on what you expect, right? I mean, this is still quite volatile price action overall, especially if we compare it with the stock market. And to be honest, I mean this pattern. Here looks pretty much like this fractal here, really no difference. You could say it's in both scenarios a three-wave rally, and basically that suggests another low is still highly likely, of course not guaranteed, but in the red scenario, as we talked about in the previous few days, it is possible there. A five-wave move too. The downside is developing here, but because this is not impulsive to the downside, it's not after three waves down, the situation of market sentiment can shift from what would be a downtrend into a potential beginning of a new uptrend. After three waves, things can always change, and I'm observing this very meticulously. So obviously what we're dealing with here is a situation in which we have three waves down of the March high that usually indicates the low could be in, and I'm tracking upside as a potential, not with a high probability, because probabilities on this chart on the smaller time frame are really balanced. We just need the market to make up its mind. At the moment we have three waves down and three waves up, so back-to-back corrective price action. And really, there are two potentials. There is one short-term bullish count, which is the yellow one that you were aware about. I mean, these counts haven't changed in a long time now, you know, and basically for the last 2 or 3 weeks on this. No. Last 2 weeks in this micro pattern is what we've been tracking really, and they've stayed quite stable, both potentials still alive. That indicates the indecision of this market really. I mean, we are in a range there holding above micro support, not breaking out above resistance here. So we in no man's land. You could say depends on which perspective you want to take. From a short-term bullish point of view, we have a three-wave move up. This could continue and form a larger ABC structure, but that's highly speculative, okay, but a possible setup was communicated here with a micro support area between $1,750 and $143.40. I mean, this is a micro support area. If it holds, it could send us higher, possibly to highs above the March high. So that means basically above $210. That's possible in this yellow scenario. And the requirement though is that this support area holds the red count, allows for another low, would look perfect. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? You know, that's possible in the red count, in which we're dealing with a wave of a larger wave 4 correction in this scenario. However, I need to see a break below the support area. So there are two counts, one offering a short-term bullish potential, one offering a short-term bearish potential. There is one level that distinguishes between the two, and that's always what you need to ask for, even if an analyst offers you a completely different perspective. The question is always not is it up or down, but at what point does the analyst change his or her perspective? And in this case, it's 12750. I mean, I'm looking for higher, possibly. Otherwise, I wouldn't offer a support region, but obviously it's fairly balanced probabilities. That's sort of the subjective assessment, 2-degree objective, because we only have three wave movements, as I always say with Elliott wave. We need 5 wave patterns on this time frame. There isn't a 5 wave pattern. Probability is really balanced when you're using this analysis for a trade. You need to be aware of that. And you know, why am I leaning to the upside? Again, it's not strong probabilities, but the reasoning behind this is that we have 3 waves down. So for a 4th wave in the yellow count, it's not way too deep, but it's deep, okay. So this correction needs to be over if it's the yellow count, so you can make a case for a completed correction there. And then we just watch how it's unfolding, and Bitcoin is at the critical juncture. So if Bitcoin holds support, Solana could as well. And even in the red count, obviously we're tracking a wave down, but a wave can also be a 3-wave move. So I have potentially 2 scenarios in which the low could be in versus one in which not. So that shifts probabilities maybe just slightly into the G towards the upside, but I would not use probabilities for trading here. I would use the levels. So we now have a pullback into a micro support area. And I would argue if you trade this time frame, you need an addition edge, not just Elliott wave. You know, you want to use, I don't know, moving averages. You can use RSI, MCD. But from an Elliott wave point of view, the levels are clear. The market actually respected them, or is respecting them at the moment. This looks like a 5-wave move down to me. So it is very much possible that this is extending into a larger BC in wave B. But I would say everything that happens between where the price is now and the $127.50 zero. It's just noise. There are a lot of potentials on these smaller time frames. So see that as noise. But as soon as we break out to the upside above the $160 level, I think wave C to the upside could indeed be unfolding in case we break below $127.50. It's likely we're testing the $18.19 level. That's my update about Solana. Hope you like the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching GrabCoin YouTube channel. Bye bye.